going to present it in English. Is that okay to everyone? Yeah, because of some designers. Yeah.
呢一位係天虹小學嘅校長，有關 3D printer 佢哋學校做嘅。
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me introduce myself once again. My name is Chu. I'm a principal. Unlike the other speakers, I'm not the specialist in 3D printing or anything else. So, what I'm good at working with children. I'm good at building curriculums. I'm good at matching schools. The only thing that make my jobs meaningful is that I have to see, we have to predict what the future world needs, and we have to do our teaching and do our curriculum today to meet the future. So this is the only thing make my jobs meaningful. So I'm going to share some of my work today with you. Before we start, we all familiar with this table. This is PISA results. The latest PISA results. PISA is the rating of all the students all over the world. Let's have a look at Hong Kong. Hong Kong, our students are very good because across all the topics like maths, reading, and science, we are all top 3. Again, we embrace that because our education system can train good students. I think you agree with that. But today I want to share another table with you, which is done by the World Economic Forum. And this is, this in English, this is the rating of our competitive power with the other countries. We have excellent students. However, when the students graduate, we are not asking them to do the exam. We are talking about how they're good at working. But you can see, for Hong Kong, we are number 7. My question is, why our students are top 3? But after they graduate, they go to the different companies and try to compare with the other countries' workers. Why we drop to the ranking like 7? And Japan and Singapore, they are very good. They're upcoming as well. So if I'm sorry because some misunderstanding of all my materials are in Chinese, but I try to explain it to you. So if you want to know more, we have to see the detail about those tables. So this is Hong Kong. You can see we are in number 7 this year. Last year we were in number 7 again. So let's compare with our favorite country, Singapore, today. Singapore is number 2. Okay, I want to see some more detail because there are 3 main categories in this ranking. The first one are the basic infrastructure, and the second one is the efficiency of the workers. The third one is the creativity of the people. So let's see. So Hong Kong to Singapore, we have 5 ranking left. You see, for the basic infrastructure, Hong Kong, we are top 3, right? This is very good, we satisfied with it. When we talk about efficiency, we are top 3 as well. When we compare Singapore, the basic infrastructure are number 1, and the efficiency of the worker are number 2. So we just have, we are still top 3. But when we add up the last factor, which is the creativity, Singapore, they are not very well. I can say they are in the ranking is number 11. But when we see Hong Kong, we are in 23. I mean, we are in the 3rd on the world ranking of creativity. So although this is only my interpretation about that table, but I know that this is not detailed enough. But we know the problem. We are good at exam very much. We work very fast in Hong Kong. Everything we have to go fast. However, creativity seems to be a very key point that we have to, if we compare our students, when we train our students to work. So today, I'm not care about 3D printer, or I'm not about kids coding. I'm not care about that, honestly speaking, because again, my specialist is in education. My question is for whom we teach. If we just want to finish our teaching job every day, so we go home at 6 o'clock and we repeat and repeat our jobs every day, this is meaningless to the world. Again, we have to think about what we need in 2037 of Hong Kong, then we prepare our kids for that. So this is our job. So we come to a great question: why we don't have some great innovators in Hong Kong, like Steve Jobs that everyone admired him? But I want to share something really interesting with you. This is one newspaper cut for my school. So we did try to use draw for our teaching. We asked students to observe their society, their neighborhood by flying an airplane up high sky, and it's really fun. So this year we start another new products in my school, which is what is it? This is Inspire One of DJI. You heard about this product? It's amazing. They are using 5K camera. They can fly up to 50,000 feet high, 5,000 feet high, to give us a great shoot of photos. So this is a photo that I fired up to my school and showed it. This is a 4K photo. When you zoom it, I'm going to try to do it because this computer cannot afford it. We need to use powerful computer. You get very detailed of the photos. It is amazing when we ask our kids to observe their neighborhood. So these amazing products are in my school right now. But the question is, do you know who built this device? This is the DJI. So this is the latest news that last week they are going to go to the stock market and their value go up to $100 billion. Wow, great money, right? Here is the inventor. He is a guy who studied in Hong Kong for several years. But he started his company not in Hong Kong, not in China. He go to Silicon Valley and start up his company. There's a news report about that. He come back to Hong Kong to pick some people to work with him because he sees something in our Hong Kong village. But the interesting is, so Steve Jobs always share with us about the importance of innovation. And for me, I really want our kids to be creative because it can solve a lot of problems of Hong Kong. We know that in Hong Kong we have a lot of problems like political, environmental issue, the high price value for the fats. But I do agree that creativity can solve all these problems out. But if you are people like me in Hong Kong, I grew up in Hong Kong for my whole life. My parents told me this story. Don't be special. We have to wear the same school uniform. You have to cut the same haircut with your friends. You can't be very special. The reason why this is our tradition, this is our culture. The reason why is because of this map. This is a map, world map, 100 years ago. You know that the wet zone are the British colony. We were British colony for more than 100 years, and it's changed our culture of Hong Kong. The reason why is that it is amazing. Try to imagine 100 years ago, how can British people rule those big countries without internet, without email, without telephone? How can they do that? The easiest way for them to do that is to build school, right? After they have a new country, they build schools. For those schools, they are all emphasized on writing, speaking, and listening to English. My parents told me that you have to learn good English, because if you don't learn good English, you can't go to a good secondary school. If you can't learn good English, you can't go to university. If you can't speak in good English, you can't find a job. So all the Hong Kong people, you agree, I 100% that you agree with me with a concept like that. The reason why we have that culture is because our governor, our former governor, they need to govern the whole world's countries with the same language. For that, I can't see there any reason that we have to learn good English, right? They are focusing on, everything has to be the same. They don't want some people to ask questions. They don't want their colony citizens to be creative. Not only for the education, they want everything are the same. If they do that, they can train workers in Hong Kong and take it to Australia to continue their work because everything is the same. They can find out all the specialists, good people to go back to British to continue to grow up their economic scale. And they can set up office anywhere, any place that they like because we all speak and think like the same. But the problem is, right now Hong Kong we turn back. This is our history. This is not today's true fact. I will ask a question. Is this our future that we want? Everything back to we have to reboot Hong Kong education's creativity curriculum on everything. That we need to reboot it. But we went back to creativity. We always think about, this is we call quality education fund. This is a QEF, which is schools can subscribe money from that fund, and we can work on lots of creativity activity programs in our school. Wow, big things, right? You heard about that? Okay, I want to show you more. This is a database that we have that fund in Hong Kong more than 13 years, and they have all the projects. All the project report and proposal, everything is on their website. So I do something really fun. I just key in creativity into that database. And how I can figure out that? I found there are 386 programs. They have the keywords of creativity. And then I try to do a simple math that I sum up how much of fund used in the program. It's about, this is the amount that I do the calculation. This is not a huge of money when we compare to our government expenditure. So you may say, wow, Hong Kong schools, you have a lots of fund and support and resources to do some creativity program. So I do another search. When I just key this is the Chinese word of creativity in Google, I found the pictures like that. Okay, everyone understand that. So what means creativity? Some furniture, they look like an apple, but actually they're chairs and pictures like that. You do agree, those are creative. So creative photos, right? I do another search. I explain it to you. I put the keywords creativity, the second word Hong Kong, the third word I put schools. So creativity Hong Kong schools. The result is, let's see, those are the photos I can see. So creativity schools in Hong Kong are the students are using computers on their table. Creativity tablets or notebook on their tables. Creativity is something that they're smiling and they're sharing a laptop on their tables. Creativity in Hong Kong schools are the teachers and students are using the same computers on their table. Creativity is teachers guiding students using computers on the table. Creativity, this guy is so familiar, this is me. Creativity is the teachers not using the laptop but using tablet on the table. You'll laugh at that because you don't agree that. Creativity is not some projects that we're just using technology, right? Because technology will fade out, will pass, will change time to time. This is a photo that really impressed me. In 1960s, people are using technologies, the latest technologies on the text. Oh, those are creativity programs, and then you come up with that, right? Because in Hong Kong, I can't say many countries, in Hong Kong, we see creativity as a slogan, but it is not an attitude for our teachers. and for our people. Creativity seems to a very important keyword to you to get fund from the government. Creativity is some sort of good slogan to you to put something on the newspaper. For the rest of the time, I want to share some do's and don'ts for the teachers, but I know that those are not many teachers here. So, okay, I'll show you something. I work very hard that I do believe we have third teacher to help us to do things. The third teachers are the environment. Environment in school is very important. You know that all schools we are using the wood desk with a blackboard, and then you ask the student, hey, be creative in those environment, and then say, how can I do that? Right? So I rebuild I rebuild one classroom right now, but my target in 2016, all my schools, classroom will change to classroom like that. This is a classroom. Now, students still use tablet and things. They can draw things in the wall. They can sit like that, and they can change to groups like that, or even a classroom that we don't see teachers. Now, because I know I'm running out of time, so I have to be fast. I skip those points there. Yeah. Okay. So here's what we want to put more focus on 3D printing today, right? I do start my school's 3D printing programs in 2013. The only reason is that I found that the 3D printers is quite cheap at that moment. I have 1 minute left, so I have to be fast. And we do have a lot of media coverage about our story. And yeah, we built the first 3D printing lab in primary school, and we have more than 5 to 6, I can't remember, 3D printers there. So all the students can print things as they like, and teachers can do it. When they want to have some, props that they want to show to the students in the classroom, they can just go to Pinterest and search it and print it out. This is simple and easy. The main thing that we want to share with you that I have 5 minutes. The main point that I want to share with you is that we do believe today we only have 1% of people all over the world. Those are engineers, those are designers, right? Because they have equipment, they have skills. They design all the products for 99% of people all over the world. But what if we teach 99% of people they can design things? They can help to solve the problems around the world. If we have 99% people equipped the hardware skills, they know how to design things, we can change the world. So these simple ideas push us to do more about 3D printing. So I want to show you something. Like we have curriculum for all primary 4 and primary 5 and primary 6 students. I'm not an expert, but I know something like Maya or 3D Max. But we do agree that for primary school students, they are 6 to 12 years old. They are not necessary to learn those software in that kind of skills. We just need to teach them simple basics, idea and concept, or something like that. So the platform we use, we call it is a Tinkercad, which is a web-based app that we ask primary 4 students to start to use this software to design simple objects. It can't be very complicated, but it's still okay for the student because they use mouse and keyboard to control. They can have precisely to design things. Like we have a project, it's interesting, for primary 4 students. Before the Mother's Day we ask all the students to design a phone case for their mom. You know that? They all know that their mom are using iPhone 5S or Samsung Galaxy. So we ask them to Google the model of the phone case, which is plain without nothing. And then they try to use this software online to edit and tailor-make a phone case and print out they need to present to their parents why they design things like that. Before we have that technology, we still have Mother's Day gifts, crafts. But we we can only use a paper toilet roll or plastic bottle to cut. But right now we can design anything that the kids like. So another article that our school was on is the latest 3D printing industry. They have an article about our school, which we try to make more students to learn how to do 3D printing. So that's why we introduced another software called Maker's Empire. This is an app that you can run on all the tablet with their fingertips. Unlike using keyboard and mouse, I think for the kids stage 1 student that is about 4 years old to about 8 years old, it is unnecessary to them to do things very precisely. What we want to let them to have their idea to create things with their fingers and tips. So all our primary 1 students, we start a program to ask them to design things with the iPad that we use because it's quite powerful. And so our primary 1, those are 6 years old students, they can start to design their own things and create things, but not that precisely, that because using fingers. But no, this is the photo I showed it on Wednesday. This girl told me this is a 6-year-old student. She comes to me to show me her badge, which is she designed on the iPad, and the teachers print out and make it like a badge, and then she wear it on it. So I saw she's so cute. So I took this photo and I told her I'll show it today, and she loved it. And because our school, we need to promote. We really want to promote those ideas of using 3D printing to the students. So we have another program. We are asking the kindergarten students to come to our school and our teachers and train them. The youngest students that we train right now are 4 years old, K2. And we train 200 students already. 204 years old students already. And we use the book, the very hungry caterpillar, as a start. Our English teacher taught them, with the story, play games with them, and afterwards, our, art teacher teach those kids to use the iPad to make the caterpillar out, and then those are fun activities. And more than that, last year, because we are talking about training kindergarten students, we also train students for other schools. We opened our school as a hub that we invited more than 700 students from Hong Kong, and they are primary school students and secondary school students. They come to my school, and we have a tutor from another company help us to train them. So we have a program last year. We have a competition, and there are more than 200 students submit their products. So we have ceremony on January. So we were moving on. In 2015, we are going to break the Guinness record, but not building the street index. We invited 1,000 students to come to my school to build the 3D model at the same time, but we don't have enough time and machine to print out. So I think the time is really up. To sum up my sharing, I'm not a specialist in technology, but I'm a specialist in helping our society to have the workers that we need in the future. So we are not here as a teacher or parents or adults. We are not here to say to the kids that you are not allowed to pay with your phone, you are not allowed to do blah blah blah, but we are helping our kids to have a better future. So please, no matter you are a teacher or specialist or student, please remember today, my key thing is when we talk about creativity, is it a slogan or an attitude that everyone needs? So that's all my presentation. Thank you.
多謝朱校長、朱子穎校長不過同我哋講過。Yeah, now we have a 5 minutes break. Yeah, after that, then we are going to have talk with that given by the from people, the speaker from Macau and then from Singapore. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. 之後係兩個 talk 嘅，5分鐘之後 5 minutes break。Yeah. 之後係5分鐘，即係5分鐘小休啦。咁之後就係由澳門嗰邊嘅生產出進嘅 speaker。
Oh, it's design from